Dark Souls is an older game. That means there's quite a lot of ways they can screw up your playthroughs. And, well, one of them, the worst one of them all, I might say, is going to Blighttown, maybe New Londo Ruins, definitely the Catacombs first. If you decide to go to any of these places first, you're going to be met with enemies far out of your league with your little broken sword or fucking hand axe. Whatever you got, they're going to be out of your league, I guarantee it. For example, let's say you have the Master Key. Everybody loves the Master Key. Now you go down to New Londo Ruins, you realize you can't hit a ghost, you say, fuck that, and then you take your ass to the Valley of Drakes. You find a nice little cave to settle in. You go into Blighttown. Worst mistake of your life. You're probably going to die in one hit. You're going to be poisoned out the ass. You're going to be confused and quite possibly scared. And now, let's say, God forbid, you decide to go down to the catacombs. You're going to be even more scared because the skeletons will keep resurrecting themselves. You won't know why. And let's say you're going to be violated in ways that even gulag wardens would shake their heads in disgust. And then, God forbid, you decide to go down, try to get to Nito's Covenant, and the fucking Titanite demon decides to kill you while you're in the coffin. Beautiful. But anyway, the next thing you can do to ruin your playthrough, number 6, hitting an NPC. Any NPC will do this. Imagine hitting Petrus. Petrus might kick your ass. He's pretty easy though. But hitting that crestfallen knight, that's game over. Ooh boy, that will suck. Firelink Shrine is ruined until you kill him. But the worst NPC you could possibly hit is the hidden God of War. The God of War nobody even mentions anymore. Andre. The first God of War, the first hardest enemy before fucking Nameless King decided to drop his ugly little head. Andre will kick you like a pro UFC fighter. You're not going to be able to fight back. You are going to be assaulted 7 ways to Sunday. You're going to be fucked hard. He will drop kick you. He will violate you in ways unforeseen. Now, you can easily rectify this mistake so long as you don't kill them by going up to the bell tower and talking to the sinner guy, whatever his godforsaken name is, and request absolution. Requesting absolution resolves you of your sins, and the NPCs will no longer be aggro to you. This is the best thing you could possibly do because they will 100% screw you. Now, the next mistake often made, I would say, would be using a Firekeeper soul. And I don't mean going to a Firekeeper and upgrading a flask. I mean clicking on the Firekeeper soul, using it, and getting 5 humanity from it. The absolute worst possible decision you could ever make in any of your playthroughs. Now, I'm sure you want to upgrade your Estus flask, so make sure you don't do this shit. I've done it before, stupidest decision of my life. I did it for this video. I regretted it instantly. Now, the next mistake you can make, arguably the worst one, maybe, like, pretty stupid. Like, let's say you went through the catacombs pretty early. You don't have the Lord Vessel. Nice, fine, and dandy. And then you decide to go to the Tomb of the Giants. That place is hell. And then you decide to rest at the bonfire. And that sucks even more. Because now you're stuck there, you can't teleport out. And then, let's say you make your way all the way to the back. You're like, I'm going to kill the boss of this place, and I'm going to leave. This place sucks. And then you find a golden gate, a seal. You cannot pass it. And you are fucked. You have to make your way all the way out. Might as well just start a new playthrough. I wasn't going to do this on a character that didn't have the Lord Vessel, because honestly, I'd rather kill myself. That's just not going to happen. Now, the next thing you can do that might ruin your playthrough depends on what you're going for. It'll definitely lock you out of an achievement for that playthrough, which will suck. Saying no to Kaith. If you decide to spam through Kaith's dialogue, you will unfortunately reject his proposal to enter the Dark Wraith's Covenant and for him to become your guardian, because he's 10 times better than Frampt. Frampt sucks. And it's pretty stupid that Dark Souls automatically selects the no option, but unfortunately, you gotta just patiently wait through his dialogue and not spam A. I know how hard it is to do that. But joining his covenant gets you the Dark Hand and you other lovely stuff. You know, it's PvP covenant, but it's not that important. The next thing, though, I would say, is upgrading the Drake Sword or any crystal weapon. The crystal weapons, upgrading them is beyond more than a waste. You will get some damage out of it, sure, but it's literally a glass cannon. That shit will break and it cannot be repaired. And upgrading the Drake sword is the worst thing you can do because it will max out at like I think 300 damage, and it does not scale, so it will be permanent 300 damage. It will suck forever. Worst mistake of your life, I guarantee it. Do not do it. Please don't upgrade your crystal or Drake weapons. They suck. Now the next thing, it's pretty bad. In fact, it's a repeat of the other one. Going down to Ash Lake and resting without the Lord's Vessel. I feel the need to stress this again because resting somewhere like Ash Lake without the Lord Vessel is hell. Because you're gonna have to go all the way up through the Great Hollow, then through Blighttown, and then to Firelink. Going down without the Lord Vessel is the worst mistake you could possibly ever make. So try not to come down to Ash Lake before you get the Lord Vessel. I think is the best bet. Just kind of stay there until you get Analondo. Like, do not come down until you get to Analondo. That's the absolute best thing you could possibly do because this is absolutely the worst thing you could possibly do. I've said it like 4 times already, but it's actually just true. Ash Lake, getting down to Ash Lake sucks ass. All the basilisks, all the mushrooms that practically one-hit you. And just like before, I wasn't doing this on the character where I didn't have the Lord Vessel. Because I'm not doing that shit. That's hell. Anyway, that's actually just about it. There's nothing else to mention. I mean, there's a lot to mention, but that's what I'm gonna leave it at. I hope you found this helpful or enjoyable or whatever. That's about it. Until next time.
Subscribe to Sleepy Soul.